battles that these guys are having with each other. How important is like the rapport that they build between each other as a five-man unit?
It's large, it's huge. But anytime you're working with an offensive line, you always want to have, like early in camp, you want to find out who are the 8. If you can get 8 guys game ready and ready to go, like we'd like to get 8 to 10 out of this group, able to go in and help the games. Some more than others. The chemistry itself, it's going to be a little bit different. We're more steady now with the lineups than we have been the last 2 years, just because we had some moving parts going on the last couple of years. This year it's a little bit more steady. The same guys are out there every day practicing, and so if there's an adjustment, it's, hey, you were with the 2s, you know, for the last 2 days. I'm going to bump you up with the 1s so you can block Logan Lee and Y.A. Black. You know what I mean? Because they need that and get that experience. It's not like a hockey substitution where everyone's just going every which way but loose, and then we had a little bit of that last year.
Is it fair to say?
You got it.
I mean, I'm trying to read your mind here, but Richmond left tackle's pretty clear leader.
Agree.
Jones center probably pretty clear leader. The other 3 spots, are those kind of the up in the air?
I think they're up in the air.
Okay.
Yeah. So right now at left guard we have Colby and Feth going battling a little bit.
Well, DeYoung's listed first on our depth chart, but that could be old.
Right guard DeYoung. Ellsbury's the swing guy at center. Okay, so at right guard you got DeYoung and Stevens, and then if we want to kick out DeYoung a little bit at tackle, we like today we bumped Colby over and had Colby and Feth in there. So, and then I think 2 out of the last 3 days Colby was with the 1s, and then this other day Feth was with the 1s, and then today we went half and half, and so we got some good competition. And you understand this, but I'm embracing this because I've been, we've been missing that competition piece, and it's fun. It's so good, and we've seen. The cool thing is you see a Connor Colby, who, let's face it, he walked in as a senior in high school and started. That probably is, it's not good. It's great. It's great for him, and all that, but that's probably not the way you want it to go. So I think he's probably making more improvement now than he did with no competition behind him. No one pushing him. He was young and there was no competition. He's looking around like, are you kidding me? Well, now it's hey, I gotta make sure, and that's good for him because he does care, and all these kids do care. But as soon as you get competition in the room, and there hasn't been any weirdness or anything like that, just everybody's working harder and there's more competition. And it's really healthy.
Is Dunker Parker then a right tackle? We can get to that.
Yep, Dunker and Parker. Yep, Dunker and Parker tackle, and then we've swung Nick out a little bit too to work out there. But yeah, that's going well.
So that Big Ten Media Days, Kirk said, he was asked about you a few times. He's an outstanding coach. I don't know if you saw this quote, but he's an awesome coach. I mean, I guess now that you hear that, how does that make you feel? Because the production, obviously, I'm sure was not where you wanted to.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, when it comes to that, I mean, if you do it as long, I think I'm in my 25th year. And you just go through enough experience as an offensive line coach. I've just never doubted my ability or confidence in my ability. But I have been in different situations and walked into different situations, and I'm a realist. And you look at it and you nail it on what it is and what you have to do to get it better. And you just obsess over it, and that's all I do. And I don't really worry about the other stuff.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, from the outside, like, you can see how people are like, gosh, this line coach who averaged 3 yards a carry, but Kirk Ferentz is like, this guy's awesome. So is this kind of the year you
all that stuff plays out to? It just all plays out. I mean, I don't know if you have a year you point to. It's because to me it's about people. To me it's not about. No, I know. I'm with you. I'm with you though. It's not about. I just don't have a feeling that I have. It's not about me proving myself. Like I didn't, that's not why I got into the business, to be quite honest with you. It's like, to me, it's all about kids and people, and like I'm very excited right now because I see these kids. They're in a room right now that has competition, that has chemistry, and there's a tightness that's probably better than it has been a little bit, and that's just, there's some growth there, and you just want to keep it pushing, man.
So to borrow your thing, like, how close is Iowa to a varsity line? You said you wish these guys could have been JV last year. I think, yeah. I think that's the expectation. I think the expectation should be that, and they should have been that last year. That's life in the big city, and that's where we're at. So, but yeah, no, I'm more excited for these kids right now to be able to live and learn a little bit, and go through some failures and things like that, and because that's when kids get better. It's just hard. And I understand it's hard. It's hard from the outside when
you're looking at the final number and the final this and that. And again, I got to go back to people. And we got to get people in the right places and people with experience, and we got to get leadership in the room. And those are the things that I've been ultra obsessed with since I got here, and it's really exciting right now because I think we're starting to bite off the right pieces.
Thanks, George.
You got it, man. Great seeing you.
Yep. You too.
So, Coach, you talked about 8, 9, 10 guys that are competing at a high level up front. What's the ideal number of guys that are actually going to see the field on offense?
Well, actually see the field. Obviously, if you have a starting 5 and they're all juniors and seniors and ready to go, then that might be it. But that's not reality. So you're always looking for that 6th, that 7th, and you'd love to have that 8th guy ready to go. That's usually the top of the mountain. Has been my experience, but we've got 9 and 10 that I got a 9th and 10th guy right now that I would love to see get over the mountain and over that hump, and I think they will.
Your thoughts on Logan Jones being named to a National Center of the Year watch list? I know you don't care about watch lists, and nothing's been proven at this point, but that's a pretty big endorsement for a guy who just switched over to the opposite side of the football, a year ago?
Yeah. I mean, that's a different language for me. I just don't even understand all that stuff and how that works. But, I do know this. I have a lot of admiration for that kid, and I really believe in him. To experience what he experienced last year, playing a position for the first time, and if you look at his last 4 games, he played at a pretty darn good rate, and that's probably pretty rare how he handled everything. You get tossed the ball in spring, and you're going to be our center, and then, by the way, you're going to start every Big Ten game, and the kid didn't flinch.
Just curious, not to compare you to previous coaches, but by all accounts, your position as O-line coach, just how you coach the position seems to be largely different than the previous guy who was here. I've been told that
I couldn't speak on it.
I was told that he was kind of a yeller and a screamer, and you just are not. You talk to guys in a low voice. You're not.
Yeah.
Would you agree with that assessment?
I don't know.
Towards yourself?
I really don't know. I have my moments. I mean, I'm a teacher. I'm a teacher by trade.
You probably raise your voice less than the average coach?
I don't know.
Okay.
I've just been me. I'm pretty comfortable in who I am and how I coach. And
so did you get that from someone in particular, or
no, just
mentor growing up? Or
I had really good coaches growing up. Like, I just spent my summer vacation with all my coaches. High school coach, my first coach I worked under, the guy at G8 for. Like, just that's who I am. That's who I associate with, and those are the people that have helped shape me. And how I don't know. I'm a redhead. I have my moments.
Is the redhead connection, is that part of the Rusty Feth connection?
No. But I did. I recruited Rusty out of high school. Yeah. And but the transfer situation is always, do you know what you're getting? I think that's the biggest challenge right now because there's so many moving parts, and what do you get? It's great. Yeah, we need to get 2 transfers, but you've got to get the right ones. Yeah. And with Rusty, I've known Rusty, and I know his high school program for years. I recruited his school for years, and then with Dejan, I know his line coach. His line coach at Saginaw Valley State I've known for 20 years. His mentor up at Saginaw Valley State played for me at Grand Valley State before he went to the league. Okay. And just that makes you feel good when you get in this transfer crazy world, and because what you don't want to do is take a transfer and multiply any issues or compound any issues. So you got to be really careful about who you bring in, how they fit. Are they built for Iowa football? That's what I've been just kind of obsessed with since I got here. Let's make sure in recruiting or in the transfer market that we get kids that fit. Yeah,
and you've coached G5, now you've coached Power 5. How ready do you see Rusty? You've seen him a little bit in practice so far, but how ready did you foresee him to be able to come in here and play in the Big Ten?
He started for me as a true freshman when we won the league, and he's just competitive. He's kind of a guy. I mean, he just shows up every day, and there's not a lot of drama with him, and he's just a steady, nice, straight-ahead guy. He's just a cool kid, and he really likes to compete. He's from an ultra-competitive high school, and just, and that's what you're seeing now. Did I know exactly what he was going to be no, because I haven't really watched him, to be quite honest with you. But he's doing okay. He's fitting in pretty good, and he's running with the 2s a little bit. He's running with the 1s a little bit, but he's he's got a competitive spirit to him, and he's got a toughness to him, and he's got a steadiness every day to him that's really welcomed.
Thank you, George.